Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some mono red aggro. We've kind of turned a trend on for our channel, at least for right now that is, where we kind of just play the best decks on the ladder in terms of best of one and kind of see how well they stack up against the rest, and we can kind of get an overview for everything after. I thought about doing a tier list for the best of one meta, or kind of like a weekly update for that for people who may be interested, but it might not change all too much. But with that said, we are playing mono red and we kind of have the best aggro package that you can have in a deck like this. I guess Monster Straits deserves to be over here as well, and that is a Heartfire Hero on turn one potential. If you're on the play, I think your win percentage goes through the moon. It feels like you're automatically going to win if you're on the play and you play this and it doesn't get answered, because on turn two we get to play either a Manifold Mouse, giving it double strike, which puts it to 4, and then we have crazy plans after that, or we can just Monstrous Rage it and kind of make it large while also Burst Lightning them or something and get a lot of damage in early, and by the time they answer this they'll have too many problems and just our burn spells in general will be able to close out the game. We have the best package you could probably be playing in these specific 16 cards. I guess you can count Mountain in there as well. But other than that, we are playing a lot of burn as well, as we brought up, where we want to get as much damage in with these cards as we can early, and Swift Spear obviously fits that bill a bit, but it's obviously not as good. I guess I could put these over here. But we have 12 burn spells, being Shock for 2 damage, Burst Lightning for 2 damage. Obviously, if we get too many lands, we can kicker it and do a total of 4, which sometimes will come up clutch, and then a Lightning Strike for 3 damage, and that helps out a lot when we're already putting in a ton of damage, or getting the cards flipped over with Emberheart Challenger, as it has Prowess along with Monastery Swift Spear. The only oddball card in here that we're really playing is the Turnout, where if we do have it on 1, we can get that speed up to 4 potentially, and then a card like this becomes a real big problem. It's basically like having a Manifold Mouse targeting another mouse for free whenever you give it that double strike, and something like a Monstrous Rage on it becomes 8 damage very, very quickly. And that's not counting the fact that we can also pump it itself. I just didn't want to play like Phoenix Chick or a Scamp in this spot. I wanted to try out a card like this where we can, and the menace matters a ton, and over like Phoenix Chick itself, this can block if necessary. But outside of that, we also get to play Turn Inside Out with our Monstrous Rage, as it is a cash-in card on a Heartfire Hero. And then we play 2 Screaming Nemesis, as we are on 18 lands only, so we don't want to go too overboard on a 3-drop that we might not consistently be able to hit. So outside of that, we are ready to game. Just one final look at the deck. As you can see, we're also playing 28 1-drops and 12 2-drops and only 2 3-drops for an average cost of 1.4. So it is very all in. Later the game goes, kind of the worse off we are, unless of course we haven't used very many burn spells and our opponent's sitting at 2 or 3. So with that said, let's dive in game. Creature, target, maybe Mountain. We're off. We hit. No Manifold Mouse, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Ghost Vacuum. Well, I think I'm not a graveyard deck. Here's 3. One of the downsides of playing cards like Ghost Vacuum in situations like this is just like, what do you do? Are you removing something? You are not. Could be a go for the third. Do I go for Screaming Nemesis? And I think the answer is yes. Because if I play Manifold Mouse and I hit like a 1-mana spell off of targeting my challenger, then I won't be able to cast it because of the Foundry in my hand. So I'd much rather just like set up 1 turn and then play this a bit cheaper with the Foundry. This one. It's 5. We're gonna activate that so it's not holding priority anymore, because it would hold priority throughout the entire turn cycle, which totally makes sense. Then what's our card now? Liliana. Okay.
When I win,
so
you're telling me what you
here's
know
the thing.
about
Screaming Nemesis is obviously good, but Challenger's gonna get targeted and deal 4, and then I also can do Prowess stuff. I guess I sacrifice Nemesis. Okay, we do hit a land. Foundry's gonna be tapped. We could have Offspring this, but I don't think that's necessarily the right move. I want to play the land in case I hit a 2-mana spell, but I play so many 1-mana spells, it feels like I shouldn't. Okay. Cool. Of course, as soon as I click off my monitor, they allow that to happen. Here. And it's a land, so thankfully we didn't do double strike. I don't really care about Liliana because I'll just get rid of the land in my hand when they plus. And honestly, them losing cards in their hands actually going to be more of a force negative than the other way. There could be a board wipe, but I highly doubt it. I guess I'll just hold up Lightning Strike. Maybe they go for cut down on a challenger and then I can Lightning Strike them. Then that will allow me to like have this dodge cut down for free. Liliana can only plus here. 2 mana. I want to get the creature out of my way. Because at the end of the day, I do have a foundry that I can attack with. But they'll know I have another challenger, even if they do remove my Manifold Mouse, and I can set them to 1 here. Card a land.
Overthink things.
Decision is obviously a little bit harder. Like a Deep Cavern Bat? You have a 3rd? You're holding a removal spell. That's the difference. They make a lot of sense. Depending on how this turn goes, whether they do something now or later, will kind of depend how our attack happens. With the Liliana being able to minus once again, we could always put double strike on Manifold Mouse and send it to Lily, but we find a Burst Lightning instead. So I can just go for... That's 2 mana, so I just go for Emberheart. I then go to combat. I target this one, which I get a free trigger on. Our opponent's so nice. I will choose double strike. And then we will attack. Even if they remove this, that is going to be 3, 6, 7 straight to the dome. So they would have to have 2 1-mana removal spells. And if it's cut down, obviously, we just respond with a lightning strike. Or even a burst lightning, and then we have it kind of entirely covered, and no matter what happens, they'll minus Lily, removing a creature, even if somehow we don't win here, and then we burst lightning them after, and we win the game. Very cool. All right, we have a lot of burn, so we'll keep. And no, it's not necessarily the best hand of all time. All right, well, we get to do some stuff. Not gonna waste my burst lightning now. We never know when burst lightning will have to be like offspring kicked, and it's a combo deck, it seems, anyway. The land, not awful. We'll play the challenger. We'll attack. Main problem going to be if they have the 3 mana / 1 mana card on the conduit still. Yeah, I never really liked playing this. I just played the deck yesterday, so I'm going to act like an expert on it. I actually hate that card. I am the resident expert, of course. So I always have burst lightning to play here. So we move to combat. We attack. They block, of course. Why would they not? Then Monstrous Rage, of course. Ooh. Sure. Now, one thing that does suck is obviously temporary lockdown can bully us here, but at the end of the day, they have to have it. We have to hopefully dodge it, and they don't have it. Nice. Obviously, there's a lot that can happen from that, but they could have a bounce now. So I think I still want to target this because it's a free card, right? Yeah, so we get a free land, and obviously double strike is going to be the move. Combat. Strike. It's just close enough. If burst lightning resolves and it's enough, it's lethal. I'm going for it. They can obviously bounce my Ember Heart, but oh, they don't. That's game. The combo deck didn't have, well, even if they had temporary lockdown, they couldn't cast it. There's a conduit, and they had an island after. But also, they didn't seem to have the bounce effect, which they often play a lot of. Unable to cycle the Picklock Prankster early because they milled one over. But, ooh, we'll take the win. You'll never see me turn that down, dude. You kidding me? 1 mana, best card in my deck. All right, well, we lose. Oh, we draw a land. Never mind, we're nuts. Vroom. That's how my head thinks whenever I play this deck. Say goofy stuff like Vroom. Honestly, probably could have done whatever, but also momentum beats us. This is going to be a really hard match, regardless. At least I think, but who am I to stop me from being me? And another land? Holy, brother. Here. Nothing? Okay. Holding these monstrous rages to target Emberheart Challenger, to be honest with you. Could have monstrous rage Swift Sphere, but I think moving stuff out of my way is pretty nice. There's a Grim Bauble, sure. This is why this match is going to be so hard. You're just going to have such free spells, and with monstrous rages in hand, we're not really going to have that burn down. Which I guess maybe I should have cashed with the monstrous rage. It's always weird. In my mind. Next attack. You think they're going to probably bounce the Grim Bauble, and they're going to go that route. So my goal here is to Monstrous Rage in response. Okay. I assume target me. Yeah, you can choose. I probably don't have enough of them. Not a land draw after that. Come on. Come on. It's unfair. And a full mouse would be pretty cool. And a full mouse would be very cool. Another challenger would be cool. Another challenger would be very cool. I get Emberheart. I know I already played a land, but I don't know how to beat a 4/4 lifelinker. This way. I'm not blocking for some reason. Okay. Sure. So, was there a reason with your 4/4 that has lifelink that you didn't want to block? I don't know. Feels kind of goofy. If I had to say so myself. But they know my last card. Momentum Breaker, sure. Not a whole lot I can do to stop that. Oh, Rainy, you couldn't pick one for me? You have a second Momentum Breaker? No? It could have a spell, but obviously we have to be aggressive about our turns. Not a whole lot I can do. I guess this could be sacrificed, right? They played that post combat. They could have got their speed up one more for free. They have a spell? Oh, okay. Sure, I suppose. I'll still play this out. I'm gonna play that Momentum Breaker. Obviously, they could hold it. If they have a way to kill this and then Momentum Breaker, we're just done, right? So I guess holding the cards in my hand would have made them better protected. Down to 7. Oh, okay. Yep. I mean, that's going to do it. Sure. All right. Well, the game selected the fact that I'm allowed to have a Heartfire hero on turn 1. My win rate in the moon. play the little hero. They play a tap land. Oh, maybe not. Land. The spear. Now, obviously, a smite could come in here. Nothing came in there. So I'm just going to go for this. For obvious reasons. Down to 13. It's turn 2, by the way. I love the it's turn 2. Oh, they're combo. Are they dead? Are they dead? Oh, what? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. Okay, we play an Emberheart. We burst lightning them. And they temporary lockdown me. A 3. Would like to cast temporary lockdown. Honestly, probably could have just barreled both my spells, but you know, when you play mono red, it's not about how good you are. It's about how well you can draw lethal. Nice. Was it technically more damage to do it the other way? Probably, right? All right, we get to go first. It's a pretty good hand. We'll keep. Go ahead. Really gonna kind of. Okay. Just the land, right, for now? Please go to my turn. This one. Can we beat a hopeless nightmare? I have no idea. Is it blue-black? I would assume. Considering we started off... Oh, oars off. Okay. Here. Alright. Lose that card anyway. Land. Go. One of the weird parts where, like, maybe we should have just played land and kind of curved our hand towards the burst lightning. Flanker. Okay. Also, here comes another weird part. We wait to remove this because there's just no point right now. Because we want the prowess on our turn. And we have 3 spells at instant speed, so here. We left one on top, by the way. Double strike. We go to combat. We then burst. Actually, we hold burst lightning because there's always a chance that we can kicker it. We remove that, and then we lightning strike here. I'm going for maximum damage. So this will set them down pretty low, and then if they're like land board wipe, we then get to challenger and then burst lightning them. Yep, temporary lockdown. They can have exactly a cut down. Challenger, we say you have not had yet. And that's going to do it. Very cool. Kind of the thing where we get to be super aggressive early and people relying on temporary lockdown. Sometimes it is enough and oftentimes it is enough, but fortunately for us there, it is not. And we win. Okay, here we go. This is an interesting hand. A card does not necessarily made me super happy that I put it in a deck. It's just kind of that weird payoff that it can provide. Maybe it's supposed to be a scamp or something. But I wanted to try something a little bit. When nature calls. Yo, opponent, how we feel? Yo, how we feeling, dude? Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Go ahead and pass for now. Doesn't have prowess or anything, so it's a little bit unfortunate. But hey, my opponent thought the same thing. But they're probably playing goblins. They are indeed playing goblins. Okay. Let's smite this out of the way. Resolves. Our turn here. Plays Foundry. Only drawing lands though is going to be a little tough. Although, honestly, one of the weird things, we're drawing lands actually might not be that bad. We can do... We can lightning strike them first. And then that would put our speed all the way up. Which would obviously be good. But I have to smite this thing. I'll never be able to remove that. Update opponent. I've only drawn lands. I don't know what I'm doing. This is honestly the other card I thought about just playing as kind of a weird top-end card that causes problems. Menace? Maybe I shouldn't have played the land, but I did, so where we're at. Don't you worry about that, dude. Busy. I'm busy making game actions. Oh! We're in there. Down to 7. Now this thing got double strike. Fall free. It's got menace and it's got trample. And it gets to be pumped twice. Have haste, but only the goblin it makes has to attack, right? Other goblins you control have haste at the beginning of combat on your turn. Create a 1/1 that... Oh, wait. They can actually... They had such a good play. They could have double attack with Scamp and hit me and then shot the creature down. Crazy. That's crazy work. That's wild. This is only a 1-0, right? Yeah, I guess so. Huh. Interesting. Weird. Weird champ. Here, I guess. If I attack out, what's the plan? I mean, they obviously might have interaction. If they do, we're just kind of dunzo anyway, right? What's up, opponent? We're just trying to get them to that lightning strike range is all we're really trying to do. All we're really trying to do. We're going to lose our entire board here. So, kind of the only real fear. And unfortunately, now we're not going to get there. 4 damage. We lose that, and that's 1 damage, which... Fine. We're at 5. We can bring up Foundry, maybe find it. 3rd Scamp. Tonic. Sure. More creatures. How many more does one need? Although a Screaming Nemesis does put a halt to this game. For them. To an extent. They're just not really able to do much about it. Monstrous Rage is a pretty good kind of card here. Okay. You guys didn't hear nothing, dude. Don't worry about it. You're empty-handed. Go to combat. Attack here. See it. Alright, the land would die regardless. The Swift Spear will not. I can take this out anyway, so here. And we're looking to rip a thing off the top. It's close. It's so close. Just had to find a burn spell. No, it only... I guess it lives. Is fair enough. Oh, it's the only thing that gets a 1/1. Correct. Sure. Yeah. Down the 1 they go. You won't target yourself. No! Oh, that's pretty good. What? 2, 4. Ah. No way. I hate that I can't see my next card, dude. I want to know if we won. This game sucks. I I mean, I think it had to be that, right? I mean, I guess I would have taken that out and another creature, but I don't know, right? If I would have monster raised this, it would have got +3. They would have had 4 toughness in front of it. They would have went to 4, and then Swiss Spear would have died. But yeah, I don't think that makes any sense. But unfortunate. We almost got there, dude. Almost got there. All right, here we are. This is the deck we're playing in mono red. Just turn them sideways, which is obviously kind of where we're at when it comes to a deck like this. The Bash Haunter probably doesn't need to be in the deck. You can probably just play the Scamp, especially when we're playing cards like Turn Inside Out and Monstrous Rage. I just thought we could try this outside of a Goblin deck specifically, which is kind of cool. But without having other like speed effects on, it's a little bit weirder. But also, we can turn it on preempt before we go to that combat, which this card's had a problem with how many burn spells we play, because we're on a stack of, what, 12 here, and just pure target them burn, which I thought would be a good addition, where we can kind of burst lightning them, and have a card like this that we can get through because of Menace, and then having that double strike, and then if we monster rage it, it just has like a lot of upside, right? It's a way to give ourselves a manifold mouse without having to have both the creatures in play, I guess, is what the idea was. But outside of that, I mean, it's mono red. This is how people climb very quickly. They just play these kind of super turbo decks that, if you can tell, our curve is 28 1-drops, which is obviously insane. Our average is 1.4, and that's only so high because Screaming Nemesis being 3 kind of makes a lot of these. So Screaming Nemesis would turn 2 of these into kind of whatever. But with that said, it's good. I mean, it's mono red. It's going to do what it does. I'm not going to play a ton of games that kind of mean a lot, or you kind of get to take a lot of value out of. But if you're playing on your phone, this is definitely a deck that you can play on your phone for sure. So with that said, I hope you all enjoy regardless, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.